Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. All right. I am Lindsay Gerald. As most of y'all know, I have been in Young Living for a couple of years now. I'm coming up on year 3 after the new year, probably February-ish. It will be my 3rd year in Young Living, and I love it here. I found my place, I found my people, and I love it. I love the community. As we get started on tonight's call, I just kind of want to throw like a disclaimer out there. Obviously, I am not your doctor. I'm not a doctor. What I share here tonight is just information that I personally have put together from my own research and different things like that. This is not medical advice. I'm not here to diagnose, cure, treat anything. So I'm just sharing information with y'all about this new product and what it can do because I'm super excited about it. So, um, our body is constantly asking one question, and the question is, am I safe? Do I need to store fat or do I need to burn fat, basically? A lot of this is from our environment. So, as we're under stress, or if our body is severely inflamed, if our body is not talking to itself the way that it needs to, or we're having blood sugar swings because we're eating bad food that are, really sugar rich and processed and all that, it's going to make our body not work the way that it needs to. And we don't want our body to choose to store fat. We want it to burn it. And so, what this new system is going to do is going to improve the way that our body functions. It's going to improve the way that our gut talks to the rest of our body, and the way that our metabolism works, and the way that our insulin regulates, and the way that our body can effectively burn fat, because none of us want fat. And what's really kind of scary is, as our body stores fat, that's where toxic chemicals are stored. So as we're in the environment or throughout our life, if we take medications or we're putting on, lotions or perfumes or whatever else, and again, in our environment, things that are toxic to us, our body stores it in our fat cells. And so we don't want that. We want to be able to burn and get rid of all that. Talk a smidge about GLP-1. So, GLP-1 is a natural hormone that is made in your gut. So, we all naturally produce this. It's not something that we have to go find. Our body naturally produces it. But what it does in our body is basically tell us, like, hey, you're full. It slows digestion down so that you can stay satisfied for longer. It supports a healthy blood sugar response, so your insulin's not spiking or dropping. And it signals to your body when to store energy or when to burn it, or when to store fat or burn energy. So our body already makes this, like I said. So we want to put things in us that are helping our body to effectively produce GLP-1 naturally. And we don't want to override it. So the first thing that we're going to talk about tonight is one part of our system, and this is the balance and care part. So you see it says balance and care. And when you open these up, I love these little containers. Like, they're so nice. Can you see me, Sue? You have these little sachets. They're kind of like the Mighty Pro. It's got powder in it. They're kind of grapish flavor. They're not terrible. But you take one of these packets a day. And what is really cool about what's in this is there is a fun little microbe called Akkermansia muciniphila. And what this is a microbe that supports the gut barrier. Okay. It is a microbe that lives in the intestine. And it's really cool because it does amazing, really neat things for human health. It protects against pathogens. So when we come exposed to viruses or bacteria, it helps to support the gut, and it helps your body to not allow those things to enter your system. It provides nutrients to the body, and it helps our immune system learn what is foreign and what is good. So as we're exposed to bacteria and different things, this is one of the microbes that helps support that. What's really cool about it is it lives in the intestine, but it's not where most of our microbes are. So this is kind of a zoomed in picture of the colon. And the colon, as we know, is kind of like a tube-like structure in the gut. It's a long tube. Most microbes live inside the center. And in the center of our colon is where all of our food passes through, and our waste products and all of that goes through there. Akkermansia is unique in that it lives much closer to human tissue than other microbes do. So as you see, we have normal microbes and they live inside. What this specific microbe does is it lives in the lining of the gastrointestinal tract instead of inside the colon. So it's able to trigger the gut barrier, making it much stronger at helping to keep out pathogens or things that shouldn't be in our body or in our cells. And so is a the thing to me that makes this really neat is Akkermansia has a built-in genetic light switch called an inverton, and it helps to adapt and communicate with our gut. And so what they do is allow Akkermansia to adapt quickly to what's happening in the gut. The bacterium can flip these switches based on its environment. So they can turn a gene on, meaning that the cell starts using specific instruction in the DNA, or it can turn a gene off, meaning the instruction gets ignored. So what these invertons do is flip DNA segments to allow genes to assume different forms. So I am a very like I got it when I learn, I like to put it in kind of terms that I can better understand. So I kind of broke this down. Our DNA is like a giant recipe book. Okay. The genes that we have are individual recipes. Our cells are the kitchen where we start cooking. And Akkermansia, this little microbe, is the chef. The chef does not like every recipe all the time. So every gene is not being expressed always. Okay. It only cooks what's needed right now based on the ingredients that are available and what the environment demands. So let's say we have this recipe book and there's two different recipes right now. Like I just ate supper and there's two different recipes that my little chef can use right now with the food that I just gave it. One recipe is called make more insulin and the other recipe is basically survive starvation mode. So let's say I ate a nice meal with protein and fiber. The chef or this little microbe decides this is a very safe, calm kitchen and it can cook something helpful. So my body's going to produce a signal that helps the cell to respond more easily to insulin and to my blood sugar. And it's going to help it to come down without crashing. But if what I ate was really high in sugar and a really non-fibrous meal, the chef's going to decide that this kitchen's too chaotic and it's going to protect itself and turn the gene that helps insulin signaling off. It's going to turn that gene off. So basically survival genes are going to flip on instead. So you have less GLP-1 signaling. So insulin production will have to work harder. Cells respond poorly. Blood sugar stays elevated. And this is what leads to long-term insulin resistance. So as we are, whoops, went too far. Sorry. As we are putting more Akkermansia in our body, so by taking this little substance, even says that on here with Akkermansia postbiotic, okay? As we're putting more of these in our body, it doesn't force a change. So these are naturally derived microbes, basically, that we put in our gut with this product. All it's going to do is increase the potential for better metabolic signaling if the environment supports it. So if we're still eating really bad food, guess what? This is not going to do anything but probably make you a little nauseated. It's not going to work with your body. So we still want to basically give our little workers more fuel to be able to do what they need to do. And that is from a healthier diet and not a super high processed food intake that's full of sugar. So a couple of more benefits from this little microbe is we get more potential for GLP-1 signaling. So it's going to tell our body what to do better. We get a stronger gut barrier. So that prevents leaky gut. It helps us to have more immune support. And it's going to provide better metabolic communication. So it helps our body to know better what to do with the foods that we're putting in it. And it also helps to reduce low-grade inflammation. So when we're inflamed, that's what blocks insulin from being able to work effectively. And most of the time, it's because we're eating not so great foods. It also increases blood sugar resistance and disrupts appetite hormones. So we don't want inflammation in our bodies. So when we improve metabolic flexibility, the body's going to switch between fuel sources more easily. So as we put like the protein in, it's going to know what to do with it. Blood sugar rises and falls appropriately, and then hunger becomes more accurate. We don't have that craving. So you'll find as you take these, you're not having as many cravings and things because our body's getting what it needs. So another little ingredient that is in this little stick is agave inulin, and this is a prebiotic fiber. And does basically is help to feed our probiotics. Most of y'all that have been in Young Living for a long time know if you're taking a probiotic, you need to take a prebiotic because our prebiotic is the food that gives our probiotic the ability to work. And when you put these in your system, what it's doing is basically causing a fermentation process in the gut. And that fermented microbe is what actually provides your cells with the energy that you need, especially for your metabolism to work effectively. So if you look on here, it'll say postbiotic. A postbiotic is basically the byproduct of fermentation from your prebiotic in your gut. And the only way for you to get to that fermentation is to feed your probiotic. So you need to be taking the prebiotic with it. What's pretty cool too, I had seen a study not terribly long ago about how you can know that you have a high quality probiotic. Obviously at Young Living, like I don't have to guess. I know that I'm getting a good product. But they said that what you can do is take your probiotic and put it like in a Ziploc or in a cup with, I think it was a quarter of a cup of milk. And like within so many hours, it will turn into yogurt because it ferments. And I thought that was really cool. And someone actually did the little experiment at home with it, and sure enough, it turned it into yogurt. So I thought that was pretty cool. Um, so whenever we have our prebiotics feeding our probiotics, it's going to support short chain fatty acid production. And these are what that byproduct is. Those fatty acids are what is responsible for basically the metabolic production. So it helps to fix the conversation between like our pancreas, our liver, our brain, and the gut. It's what gets all these things working appropriately together because pretty much everything with our health starts in our gut. If you have like poor health, focus on the gut first. And the other thing that's in these is soluble tapioca fiber. So what these are going to do is help slow digestion, helps with cravings, support steady glucose absorption, and ultimately just helps you feel full longer and to avoid blood sugar crashes. And then the last two little things that are in here, we have grapefruit and wolfberry extract, and then French gray sea salt. And we all know already, you're going to hear grapefruit a couple of times because it's in the other capsules as well. We know that grapefruit is super rich in polyphenols, and it is a natural plant compound that basically plants produce in order to protect them from their environment. And so in taking polyphenols, it can give our cells and our gut bacteria specific instruction. It can help to make them work correctly, basically. And polyphenols actually help us lose weight in this way. It supports the metabolism response and all that. If you didn't know this, just kind of a side note, even with our Nixia Red, so 4 ounces of Nixia Red actually contains enough polyphenols to kill fat cells. And so that's why a lot of people, when you're drinking Nixia, you see a good response with weight loss because it supports our body. And we'll talk a little more about that. But when we consume polyphenols, our body and gut microbes use them as communication cues. They tell bacteria in the body how to behave. So they activate gene expressions via bacteria, like we talked about a minute ago. It supports fat metabolism enzymes and it helps regulate blood sugar, basically. And so these two things together can help the body process carbs and fats more efficiently. We know so much about wolfberry already. Most of y'all on here are probably more professional and seasoned at talking about it than I am, but helps insulin sensitivity, metabolic resilience, and to protect the cells and also healthy glucose response as well. And then the French gray sea salt, I thought that was an interesting addition into this. It has obviously minerals in it, and we know that almost every illness, every sickness, all the things like can be traced back to a mineral deficiency. And so I love that they put this in here because it's going to help with hydration. It's going to help nerve and muscle signaling, but also minerals help hormones and metabolism be able to properly communicate. So I thought that was pretty cool little addition in that. So just an overview, this is like the foundation of this system is what this first little portion of this 3-part system is. It helps to keep our gut lining integrity strong. It helps our hormones to signal. It helps us feel full and it helps balance blood sugar because we don't want any kind of spikes with our blood sugar. That is no good. Okay, moving on to our second part here. This is kind of the second and third part because they're together. There's 3 capsules that are in here. We have 1 burn capsule and 1 control or 2 control capsules in here. And what this part of it, as far as control, we're going to skip to control and we'll come back to burn. It helps to support insulin sensitivity. It helps the body be able to activate basically a fat burning switch in our body. It just helps jumpstart our metabolism, and it helps us reduce crash cravings and things like that. So we want to not crash our blood sugar because that's when the cravings come. We want our blood sugar to be able to not spike, not fall too low. We want to have good response to glucose for that reason. And one of the things that's in here that is so hot right now that everyone's talking about is berberine. Everywhere I turn, people are talking about berberine. It is a plant compound that has a very strong metabolic research history behind it. And basically, what it does is help to support healthy blood sugar levels. We have a switch in our body called AMPK. And what this does is the signal that tells your body to stop storing energy and start using it. So basically, quit storing fat, start using it. Its job is to constantly ask, do we have enough energy or do we need to make a little bit more? And so when this little switch flips and it turns on in your body shifts into fat burning mode. It's going to use stored fat for fuel, and it helps us to have better blood sugar control. So it's going to help our cells use glucose more efficiently. It improves our mitochondrial energy. So this is basically your mitochondrial energy is like your cell's power plant. It's what makes the cell have energy, and we want them to be functioning correctly. And then the last little thing about it that's interesting is that it's responsible for cell cleanup and repair. So this is our body's natural recycling system where cells break down and remove old, damaged, or unnecessary components to create energy and building blocks for new cell parts, because we constantly want our cells to be renewing and with the right things, right? We don't want our cells replicating with fake information. We want the good stuff. So when our little AMPK switch in our body is turned off, you are going to have symptoms. And these symptoms are going to look like low energy. You're going to feel sluggish. You're going to have brain fog. You're going to have terrible metabolism, and your blood sugar regulation is going to get really messy. This is common with sleep, poor stress regulation, inflammation, and ultra processed diets. So I think most of us already are feeling this. They're seeing it. They're seeing what that looks like every single day of our lives. And so we want to be sure that we're taking this because it's going to help our body to handle carbs better. It's going to help our body turn on fat burning pathways so that we can have a body that is doing what it needs to be doing. And these are a couple of other little things that are in this one capsule. We have a lipoic acid, and that's going to help our cells burn fuel instead of that just floating in the bloodstream. It improves glucose uptake into cells, and it supports that mitochondrial energy as well. So it's going to act like an antioxidant as you take it in, and it's going to help clean out cells and do all the things that we need it to do. We have Gymnema leaf extract, and that's one of the things in this that is heavily responsible for helping us not be craving things. It supports sweet cravings. It supports insulin response, because when our insulin is regulated, we won't crave it. That's almost like a habit type thing that forms over time, I think. But once we get it regulated, you're not going to have that. And I know several of the girls I've been talking to that have been on this for about a week are saying they're not craving anything. Like, it's really supporting that. And so the other thing that's in this is ginger oil. So we know what good ginger does for the gut, the gastrointestinal tract. This is going to support digestion. It helps with inflammation in the gut. It's going to support insulin sensitivity. And overall, it's definitely one we want to be using. So just a quick summary of that little portion here. Basically, what the step of our control capsule is going to do is to support insulin, help stabilize blood sugar, and help reduce cravings. It just keeps our system steady, and we definitely want that. The other part of this is the burn capsule. This is kind of the utilize. This is what is going to make our body use this stuff. Um, this is not a stimulant fat burner. So a lot of us are familiar with thermogenics, and I know like when I was younger, I used to take, I like want to shudder at this, but different kind of stimulants like thermogenic type things. This is not that. Okay. It supports mitochondrial energy, fat oxygen, fat, fat oxidation, and thermogenesis, which basically just means that heat is produced. Okay. Heat is a byproduct of cells using energy. So it's not a sign of like overstimulation. So this is not going to make you like, it's not like a thermogenic in that sense. So what we have in here is a polyphenol blend. And again, we talk about polyphenols all the time. Polyphenols are all found in nature red. These are four different, whoops, I forgot to change that's supposed to be guarana there, but that's okay. These are going to basically just help our body be able to work more effectively with this. So pomelo is a large citrus fruit. It is an ancestor to grapefruit. So they're very similar. It's rich in polyphenols. It's going to help the body use fat as fuel. It supports the AMPK signaling. So we're going to burn, not store. It assists the liver in processing fats efficiently and supports a healthy blood sugar. Again, we all know what greatness grapefruit is. It helps support insulin sensitivity. It helps our body to discourage fat storage. It encourages fat breakdown, basically, and it supports liver enzymes involved in fat metabolism. So even if, like, aside from this, if you have grapefruit oil, you can rub that over your tummy or your problem areas, and over time, it will help to support that. It just helps your body discourage fat storage. And then the next one is hesperidin. It's a bioflavonoid that is found in citrus pills, especially oranges and lemons. And again, it helps with circulation, nutrient delivery. It's going to help calm down inflammation that slows metabolism. And we all want that. And then that last one, guarana, that I'm sure a lot of you have heard of that as well. It's a South American plant containing natural caffeine. So it's going to give you some energy. Plus, it has those polyphenols in it. And so it's going to increase thermogenesis. So it's going to make your body burn. It's going to not like physically burn, but it's going to make your cells burn. And it's going to encourage fat metabolization. Sorry, words are hard. It's going to support alertness and energy output as well. So you're going to feel alert. Like I know within probably 10 minutes of me taking this morning, I was like, oh, let's go. But it wasn't like a jittery thing. I just felt good. So these are all going to work together because they're going to help the body to access fat, move it into the cell, and get it burned by energy response. So our fat is released, insulin is regulated, inflammation's reduced, and our body has good energy. So it's pretty cool the way that it all works together. We definitely, I mean, y'all already know Young Living is always on the forefront of all the science and all the cool stuff. And I just absolutely love it. The last few little things that are in this one, we have green tea extract, black ginger, bergamot, cinnamon bark, and grapefruit. And all of these, again, same thing. They work together to support good energy. They're going to help the body just burn more efficiently fat. And all of these essential oils, like we need to be using all of these every single day. Even aside from this, bergamot is an incredible oil that really, really helps so much. Like all of the benefits of bergamot to me are just insane. Cinnamon bark oil, that is one that I have heard a lot of times in person here recently about what good things it does for insulin sensitivity, glucose, helping to regulate blood sugar. That's one that a lot of my friends that have diabetes will take daily internally. Well, it's in a capsule already, so we got it. And then, of course, grapefruit, again, it's going to support detox pathways. It's going to help our cells release, and that's what we want. We don't want to hold on to anything. We want to release all the toxins and all the fat. And so as we take this capsule, this portion of it is basically the activation step. It's what's going to get our everything burning and blowing and going. It's going to get our body using fats for fuel and making it work more effectively. So putting it all together, the powder, the little sachet is going to help our body signal. It's going to tell our body what needs to happen. The control is going to help stabilize things. And then the burn is what's going to make it basically function, if that makes sense. That's like the active part of it. And so, when we're talking about this, as far as our businesses go, or maybe our friends or family, people who might want this, people that have blood sugar struggles, cravings, stubborn weight that they can't get rid of, gut issues, hormonal weight gain, or basically just anyone who wants metabolic support without having to like get a shot or a more cost effective way. Because this system is only, I think it's $135 for a month's worth. And that is way cheaper than some of the other metabolic options that are out there. Plus, we are way less likely to have any of those adverse side effects that float along with taking a synthetic drug. So that's really important to me. So the takeaway from all of this system is not about forcing weight loss. All right. It's about supporting the systems that decide whether your body stores or burns fat for energy. That's pretty much the bottom line of it. When the gut communicates well, blood sugar stays stable, mitochondria is supported, and weight loss becomes a side effect. So that's kind of as our body is working the way that it was designed to work, you're going to find that you will have results with this because you're not having cravings, you're not dealing with all those other things. And I'm going to invite Sue real quick if she doesn't mind to share her testimony. Today was my first day on this, and I definitely can tell for me that I mean, like this past few weeks of Christmas and everything, I've been like just eating everything. And I found today for sure that once I took it and then like I cooked my lunch or whatever, I found so much more like I was satisfied a lot faster than what I normally am. It's like I felt full. And so that's just been day one experience for me. So I'll let Sue share with y'all what she's finding.
I love that. That actually seems to be the case across the board. I started before Christmas. As soon as my package came in, I started mainly because we've been doing the 14-day reset for a while. And what I have found is people don't really want to be healthy. They want to feel better, but they don't want to do the work. And so with the 14-day reset, we've been talking about movement, drinking your water, eating real food, and then drinking your Nisha to lose the weight. And it's a little bit slower. They are recommending the exact same thing with this, but I didn't do any of that. I mean, I still drink water, but I didn't limit my food. I didn't just have protein and carbs or fiber. I literally had everything. The first day I started it, my husband actually went and bought me fudge from Buc-ee's. And finally, we got it home so I could eat it. And I could just only have little bitty pieces of it because I was so full. Like I literally couldn't fit any more in. Um, I've had I've had all the things. I have not deprived myself from anything. Like I ate the sweet potatoes. My mother-in-law makes the best dumplings. I had all the things for Christmas. In the 7 days, I've lost 6 pounds. I have lost 6 pounds, and my friends tell me that I've had the flu. And I haven't slowed down yet. Like finally yesterday, my husband's like, "You're not going to get better if you do not lay in bed." I'm like, "I feel fine. I have so much energy, but I am supporting my body very naturally as well, and so I don't feel bad. I have lots of energy." Even though I've had a cough, I've had like a sore throat. I can't seem to get rid of this cough right now. But I have felt great. And so the way they say take this is take the powder in the morning and take the pills before noon. This is going to be my warning to you. There is natural caffeine in those pills, and they will keep you awake. So make sure if you take them before noon because I have taken them at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and I'm still going strong at like 12:30 at night. And most people that know me know that I go to bed fairly early. And so some other guys, like some different people that are doing it, recommended taking them both together. So for the last couple of days, I've taken them both together. I have found great results with that too. I haven't been hungry all day. I've still had plenty of energy. And I've lost 6 pounds in 7 days. Like that's great. And I really haven't watched what I've been eating. I'm not going to promote that, right? I'm not going to promote go eat crap food. But I have eaten a lot of sweets. But another thing people are going to ask, what does it taste like? If any of you ever took grape Dynatap, is that what it's called? Like back in the day, did you ever have that grape syrup? Yeah, Dynatap. That's what it tastes like to me. It tastes like that. I am not a fan of grape, so it's not like this amazing flavor in my mouth, but that's pretty much what it tastes like. It's like grape and grain. mixed together. So I pour it in and then I chase it with water and it's great, but it pretty much dissolves very quickly.
Yeah, it does dissolve quickly. So I was live. I mean, if any of you guys are friends on Facebook, you can go watch my live. I mean, I shot it live this morning. And it kind of took my breath because obviously it's like powder. Regina was saying it tastes like the Hubba Bubba bubble gum. We were laughing about that. Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't think it's like an overwhelming grape taste. It's like not like eating fudge from Bucky's by any means, but it's not like the worst thing I've ever had. So, I mean, it's not bad. We got it down, no big deal.
Dr. Como says she loves the flavor. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
not bad.
everybody, each to their own. If you like grape, I think you're going to like it. I'm just not a fan of grape anything,
Hmm.
but it's not
Well,
nasty. I take it every day.
I will say, Sue, I looked on the back of the capsules this morning. It actually says to take these preferably in the morning. So, and I took mine together this morning. I just am
Yeah.
kind of a just whatever person. I don't know. I don't have time to think about it all day. I just took them, and I still feel very energetic. I just feel good. So may do a walk after this call. I don't know, but
The testimonies coming in from it are absolutely amazing. They really
yeah.
are. I'm in a group with a lot of people that got early access. Almost every single person is losing weight. One thing they did say, one lady, she said she's an avid coffee drinker. And in the afternoon, she's getting jittery. And they told her maybe not drink so much caffeine because if you're drinking a lot of caffeine in the morning, and then the capsules also have natural caffeine, maybe they could give you the jitters. But I drink coffee every single morning and I don't have that.
Yeah. Regina, do
So
you want to
just
share
don't down
your
a.
experience with it?
Sorry, you put me on the spot here. I
Sorry.
started mine on Christmas. You're fine. I started mine on Christmas Day. I'm down a pound, but a lot of water weight, I'm sure. But I am with Sue. Like, take it early, or you will be up all night. I took mine late yesterday evening. I say late. I took it around 1. I stayed up until 3 a.m. But I woke up at 6 a.m. ready to go, and I've been, you know, doing and working and cleaning all day. So, and I'm still energized. As far as the food and being full, definitely me personally, I'm having to make sure that I'm getting in what I need to nutrient wise because I'm not hungry. I am a snacker. I have a very unhealthy relationship with chips and salsa and snacks, and I have a banana pudding in the fridge. I don't want it. Like, I'm just not wanting it, which is very unusual for me because when I get bored, I work from home. I like to snack, and I'm just not wanting it. And it's been so good. So far, so good. I love the taste. I like the taste. I enjoy it. It is a lot at once, but if you take a sip of water, it melts like instantly. Like it's not like you're having to like swash it around in your mouth. It melts pretty quick. But so far, I'm really loving it. I have lots of energy. I'm not having that food noise at all. It's been doing good.
That's great. Anyone else that got early access that started it? You want to share? I don't know who all is on here that ended up with early access. As far as the caffeine, I don't know. Looking on the back of this, it says Burn Proprietary Blend, and it's under the section that lists green tea. It has green tea, black ginger, bergamot, cinnamon bark, and the grapefruit. It says 87 milligrams, but I don't know that that's just one specific thing because they're all listed together, so I'm not sure. Any other questions or thoughts on anything? Yeah, I agree with Sue. I would definitely take it before noon. I would take it early on because like even right now, I mean it's 7:38 and normally by now I'm feeling tired. Not today.
And I kind of want to add, I'm with Sue. I've kind of been not feeling very well. I've been really congested, just, you know, coughing, but I've been going nonstop. Like, I've never, usually when I'm down like this, I'm down. But I mean, I feel fine other than this cough. So it's
That's
doing
great.
something there too.
Yep. Any other questions or thoughts?
I think people are absolutely going to love it, mainly because of the food noise. A lot of people are doing the cravings, especially in the afternoon, either salt or sugar. And I don't think you're going to have them at all. And I really think that's going to be a really big win for a lot of people.
Yeah, my husband, even tonight, Garrett, he usually cooks on Zoom call nights. And so he had made some little steaks and he cooked some macaroni for the kids and stuff and like some green beans and different things like that. And I made a plate full. Like, normally I would probably eat a couple of plates of that. And after just one plate full, I was like feeling it, feeling full for sure.
And I've
Um,
noticed,
Go ahead.
sorry, I was
No, go
just
ahead.
gonna add to that. Like I've noticed, like, the first day I was like you, I was full, but like as the days go on, I'm getting less and less hungry. Like I'm not, I could probably get up and not eat till lunch and eat a little bit of, so like I'm having to make sure I'm like tracking what I eat to make sure I
Right.
get enough nutrients. But as the days go on, I have noticed the hunger is getting less and less. So just something to
Yeah.
look at.
Hey, Lindsay, I want to comment on some of these questions.
I'll say I was
So,
going to answer one of the questions.
yeah, Courtney asked for those who are diabetic and are on Manjaro. So I would not take another supplement without talking to your doctor because this is a natural supplement like that. Um, I would definitely talk to your doctor to see if they would like to switch you over because this is just the natural version of that. It's going to help your body support you naturally.
Yeah.
To add on to that, definitely talk to your doctor. My mom, she actually took my early access because I did get it, but I missed it, and she wanted to try it, so she took it. And she's on Manjaro. Her and my dad both, and they're trying it, and it has not messed with their sugars. But obviously, talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's my thought on any of this. I don't know because this is so new. There's not a ton of information out yet on different things like that. I know that when we talk about grapefruit oil, I mean, I personally talked to one of our scientist people at Young Living about grapefruit. And I mean, he told me himself that as far as grapefruit oil goes from Young Living, that is from the rind, it is not from the fruit. And so I know personally people that are on medications that can't have grapefruit, they use grapefruit oil. But I know on here, one of the things on here says grapefruit extract, and then the other one says grapefruit peel extract. So I would just use caution with that because I don't know at this point what that means. Grapefruit extract may be from the fruit in this. I don't know because it doesn't specifically say grapefruit oil on that one. It just says grapefruit extract. So I don't know. I would wait until we have a little more information about that. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. I don't know, you guys. I'm not really sure. My advice is at this point, like I said, because it is so new, if you have like pre-standing conditions or whatever, I would talk to a doctor before that, before you use it. I'm not really sure.
And I'm with you. I think it should be okay as well. Like you asked, but then you said, I think it should be okay. Most of that is inflammation, right? Both of those issues are inflammation in the gut, and this is going to help with inflammation. But again, we are not doctors.
Right.
If you want to try it, try it. I'm trying to get answers. That's why I'm on my phone. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the answers to all of these questions to people that have been doing this, that got access before us. And there's a whole bunch of us doing it. It's like nobody seems to be on their phone right now. So nobody's answering me.
But these are great questions to have, and like I said, as time goes on and we get a little more information, we'll know a little better about you know if there's any kind of interactions. I was on the early access or the call or whatever they did, not early access. I was on like the call for it all. And I don't really recall them saying anything about that. I think people were asking questions in the comments similar to that. You might go back and look on Young Living USA. Um, yeah, there are a few. Let me see. I had a thing. It may actually be on the Olio app, the library. I think you can find more stuff there. Let me look. Uh, let's see. On the actual, like on Young Living's website, it says on here, are there any products or foods this product should not be used with? And it says we are not aware of any specific food interactions. However, if you have questions about how it fits with your personal health needs or medications, your healthcare provider is the best resource. So, I'll see, Courtney, if I can find, I know there's a sheet somewhere. I just have to find it in the library or something. There we go, Kristen. Thank you.
I don't know if that's exactly what you were looking for, but I think it's got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has
Yeah.
ingredients on it. I just texted to you, Lindsay. I was gonna say, so it does have, it's like the science-backed ingredients and things like that. So it should be a good one to go to your doctor with.
Awesome. Thank you. Is that the same one Kristen just posted there? I think it is. No, wait, maybe not. Hang on. Let me save this real quick and I'll share it with you guys so that, because I don't think that other one had the ingredients on it, but this one does. I don't know. We just want everyone, I hope everyone can use it.
It
Does
does,
anyone?
and I really think it's going to be a great, because like you said, it's $135 when I've heard the different prices in the shots and they're going up. I think doctors are going to be pleased to have a natural. It is the exact same thing.
I think, yeah, I was
to
just
have
gonna
a
say, I think
natural
it'll be the same
option.
thing. Yeah.
And I think we have some, I could be wrong, but don't we have some claims that have been backed that we can use? So I think your doctors will be pleased with that as well. And there's also the studies. I know she didn't post them, but she talked about them. We'll have to get those posted as well.
There has been some really great information coming from, or results coming from the people that have been in the like focus groups and stuff before we were able to get this. We have, I mean, we personally know people that have lost major inches in like 60 days. There's and pounds lost. There's been some awesome results. Yeah, I noticed that. Go ahead.
Sorry, Lindsay. I was just gonna say that document under the science-backed ingredients has claims too. So it's like, in an 8-week controlled trial, X, Y, and Z happened. So it does have claims on that document for people to see.
Thank you. I was gonna say, Carell said she can tell that it's working. I agree. I like, even this morning I was marcoing with Regina and I could tell in her face for sure. Y'all, I was in the car for like 500 hours over the last week and ate a lot of really bad food. Even this morning, I noticed like I was just so puffy and just ugh. And I mean, even from this morning, I feel a lot better than I did when I woke up this morning.
That's awesome. You're going to keep feeling great. So I want to tell you some of these testimonies. So Carrie Jo, I'm 6 weeks in and I'm down 11 pounds and 18 inches body wide. Another one, day 3, down 4.5 pounds. And that seems to be a common thread within the first few days. People have lost a lot of weight. What we are telling people is to try it for 2 months, at least 60 days. Give it 60 days before you give up and say, hey, it didn't work for me, or I'm not sure if this is for me.
Yep. That's my advice anyway, when you start something, for sure. A limit on consecutive weeks. I don't know. I haven't read anything about when you need to stop it. I mean, I would just say though, over time, I mean, if you lose the weight or you're kind of I don't know. I don't think they said anything like that though.
They didn't, because they're actually recommending you do it at least 60 days. And there's other people that are going to go longer than that. We don't want you to get sickly skinny. That's what I'm going to say. What I have found for me personally is it makes me not hungry at all. When Regina said she has to track her food, it's on purpose so that you make sure you get enough food in. One of the things that I did here is it's not great for the metabolic reset, mainly because sometimes people that do the metabolic reset only focus on protein and they forget to take in their fiber, and you need both. You're going to have to make sure you get enough fiber. That's why when Lindsay recommended the prebiotic fiber, I was talking to a lady today and she told me Young Living actually wanted to include it in the product itself, but it would bring the price point up too high, and they wanted to keep the price down. And so that is definitely a product to take it together with it, because it's going to help you get the fiber in that you need each day as well.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know if you can plateau that. I don't know the answer to that question. But like anything else, like we say, you can build up a tolerance to oil. So you take it for 60 days or however many, and then you take a break, start over.
My advice would be if you have weight to lose or you want to better regulate your blood sugar or whatever else, my advice, start it, do it for 60 days. Or if you need 90 days, do it for 90 days until you feel comfortable. And then maybe get off of it and do like an actual reset with it, like one of the primal resets or something like that. So, because there was a lot of women I know that were concerned that are doing like the metabolic reset with the Ningxia and the primal diet. And a lot of them are saying like they don't really have that much more weight to lose because they're already down 30 or 40 pounds. And like to me, I mean, I would never tell someone not to use this, but when it comes to losing weight, it's very difficult to lose weight. It's hard to get rid of fat, but also keep muscle. It is very difficult to do. And so as a woman specifically, muscle is very important for us because that's where a big bulk of our metabolism comes from, is from having muscle. And so the less muscle you have, you are more likely to have osteoporosis issues, lower metabolism, different little things like that. So my advice would be to kind of use this as like a jumpstart program, sort of to like get everything more regulated and get your blood sugar where it needs to be. Because I would say probably 99% of us, most of us on this call, probably are in some sort of form of insulin resistance. I would guess most of us probably are. And I mean, it's just, it is what it is. Our diets and stress and just all the things. And so if we can get those things regulated first, which the reset can help do. I mean, there's plenty of girls that have done the metabolic reset over the course of a year and like now they're in good, their insulin's good, their metabolism's good. But I see this as almost like, for me anyway, a jumpstart point. And then after I get to the point that I'm happy with, then you implement, like go back to doing like the metabolic reset because you want to eat. You don't want to not, because not getting enough calories in is just as bad as eating too much for your metabolism. So, do I send you my probiotic with this? I mean, I still plan on taking mine. So yeah, because okay. There's a couple of probiotic bacteria strains in this, like the Akkermansia. That is, I don't know that it's actually an enzyme. I think it's a microbe, but it helps to promote good gut health. But you're not getting all the things from, like, you want to be taking your probiotic, I would say. I wouldn't stop taking that. Anybody else? Any questions? All right.